Anna's here. We just saw her a moment ago, and this is the look in Little Cottonwood Canyon right now.
Yeah, it is. And we were just talking about that record warmth and how we're seeing it in other portions of the country. We saw it earlier this week with those southwesterly winds, and now we've got colder air that has moved in. But I wanted to show you the snow coming down in Little Cottonwood Canyon. You know, skiers and snowboarders were quite happy about this storm. It's a quick hitter, and it's dropping. Accumulation in our mountains, Alta recording 11 inches, so almost a full foot, and they're not done. But this is what it does to the roads. Very, very tough out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at that camera, and we're going to keep things moving so you can see the radar. As we look at the forewarned radar, you're able to see that, yes, we have moisture. The green indicating valley rain, mountain snow in blue. We're seeing that snow for the Wasatch Back as well, Park City, with the steady snow coming down, the Ogden Valley. And then green in our valleys indicating the rain. That includes Salt Lake County. But we now have that colder air filling in, and we're watching some of our valleys and some areas are getting snow mixing in, and that includes a couple of different spots. I'm going to show you exactly where. We do have a winter weather advisory in effect for the western Uintas. They continue to pick up snow. Winter travel, as we just saw live on that camera, happening. Here's a look at Sandy. Thank you, Don, for sending this our way. Snow mixing in with the rain in Sandy right now as that cold air is flooding into the Beehive State, and we're definitely going to see those temperatures dropping here as we get through the next little while, so any leftover precipitation will make that change. It's rain in Lehigh. Live view right now from Lehigh, Utah County, with the soggy conditions for your Friday evening commute heading into the weekend. With a commuter special, that's what we called this storm because it hits during commute time, meaning that the roads will be slick and higher elevation roads could be downright slippery with snow. Satellite radar shows that front on the move. It is weakening, and the moisture associated with it in the last several hours. We're going to see that start to decrease with intensity as we get later into tonight. 30s and 40s for the Wasatch Front, 50s over in Vernal, 60s on the eastern side of the state where the front has not moved through just yet. 40s and 50s, you can kind of draw a line where that cold front has impacted, and it does include Delta as they sit at 41. 40s turning to 30s over the next several hours. We've got cloud cover and drier conditions. Our northwest flow will allow for any lingering moisture to turn into a snow shower in the Salt Lake Valley, so heads up, anywhere that benefits from a west-northwesterly flow could see lingering moisture bringing light snow showers through the early morning hours, but this system moves quickly. The winds were whipping ahead of the front. You probably heard them, and even behind it, we've held on to some strong winds, big numbers coming out of Delta, Cedar City, Salt Lake, with peak winds for today. Wind advisories are beginning to expire, holding on in the southwestern corner of the state until 8 p.m. The Great Salt Lake Mountains and Desert in Tooele County, we'll see that advisory expiring at 6. And the Uinta Basin will be until 6 p.m. That high wind warning near Evanston has now expired. As we look at the future cast, it shows moisture wanting to move further south as we get later into tonight. That's over the I-15 corridor and near I-70, so those roads could get rough here in the next little while. Eventually, the moisture starts to dwindle. Slight chance we could see maybe a stray shower in St. George. Into tomorrow, a weak disturbance comes through, and it could allow for some light mountain snow showers, but any area that we have lingering moisture as this disturbance comes through could maybe see a flurry or two. So just don't rule it out. Not totally dry for your Saturday. We will be dry heading into your Sunday, but we'll hold on to the cold. While the moisture moves on with this storm system, the frigid air does not. We'll see those 30s for daytime highs and an active pattern heading into next week. Here we are for Saturday, bringing through that weak disturbance with cold air in place. And then Monday and Tuesday will stay fairly quiet as we get into Wednesday, Tuesday into Wednesday, little system comes through. Not a tremendous amount of moisture right now. It looks like isolated showers, but we're watching Wednesday night and into Thursday. That low could pack a punch and possibly impact the Beehive State with some valley snow. It's still several days away, but just forewarning you early that we could see some activity midweek to late week next week. 30s and 40s for tomorrow. What a change from the 69 we saw earlier this week. 57 in Moab, 40s for the I-15 corridor, 61 in St. George. Here's a look at that next 7 days in Washington County, 60s and 50s, dry conditions. We notice that we do have the chance of some wet weather even in the south Thursday and into Valentine's Day. There's the Wasatch Front high with those active conditions. I just said hi to Dana. I just saw him. See, I can't help myself. 30s for the next
They're talking about
days.
the high temperatures.
Oh, high those as well. Yeah, we're going to see those numbers in the 30s. Midweek, we get a little more activity. 40s, snow, rain. That's what we're seeing out there right now. Be careful on the roads tonight.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I kind of feel like the third wheel sitting between these two because they're work spouses, right?
We
I was
are.
hoping you'd bring home the trout, but it was catch and release.
That brown trout yesterday.
That was
Yeah.
monster.
Listen,
Unbelievable.
my arm was tired after that. It was a baby trout, but I was so excited. I
What
really,
can't
really
she
was.
do? What can't she do?
Well,
no limit.
Obviously, bring the 70s back in February because
okay.
that 7-day was still cold.